All right, so let's try this again. Round two, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try this again. Let's try all of this again and see if this works now and go with it. Let's see. If we're on YouTube, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, we're literally at H265. So I got to give my thoughts on this real quick. So give me just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize about early. If you guys were coming in trying to get my thoughts, I kind of fucked up. Kind of went on a tangent. And yeah, so my bad. My apologies. We deleted that stream. I'll come back with another game stream here in a little bit. I'll make that up to you guys. Anyway, so let's get into talking about the stuff from WrestleMania Kickoff press conference. I believe it's the press conference. I'm just going to tell you guys this, and I want to make this clear. This is coming from me. I really enjoyed it. I thought some of it was fluff. They were fillers leading up to Cody, Rock, Roman, and Seth. WWE played what they needed to play. They deviated. I watched them deviate. And that's what I expected from WWE, was a deviation. And that's what they did tonight. They deviated. There's nothing wrong with them deviating. I think people got angry about the way after the fact with The Rock and everything, but they got to play the story out. They got to make this into a spectacle now. And it will, and I think it's going to be a triple threat. I really think it's going to be a triple threat, or it'll be what most people are saying. They'll probably do night one, Rock, Roman, and they'll do night two, Cody and Roman, where Rock will soften up Roman to lead into what will happen, and Cody will get his flowers and his send-off. Do I think WWE did the right thing? Yes. I'm 100%. WWE did the right things. WWE did everything correct. I thought what they did with Rock was fantastic. They're playing off the hate. They're playing off the boos. They're playing off the people that were really upset. I thought it was genius. After the fact, the kayfabing of Roman saying to Hunter or Triple H, you got to fix this, to kind of making it into a UFC fight field. That's what they're doing. You remember the company that runs WWE, TKO and Endeavor. You got to remember that they are doing what they're doing. They have to. There's no doubt about it. I would have done this earlier. We did have some type of a reaction party to it, but I wanted to do my own take on it and go live. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, the way I see things, man, with WWE, they did the right thing here. They had to. I thought the Rhea Ripley stuff was a little hokey pokey. It kind of set up Becky Lynch as her rival. That's what they're going for. A lot of people want Nia Jax now. I'm not a big fan of Nia Jax. The other thing that I, will take away from this is the way they went about it with charts, the way they went about it with the heritage, the way they shit on Cody was great. I knew that they were building up, and then Cody picked Roman, and it was a spectacle. In which way do you feel? Which way do you feel bad for Cody? Cody got what he wanted. He's going to get Roman. I think that's what everybody wanted. I think everybody wanted Cody and Roman. You're going to get that. WWE played their card. They played their cards tonight. And I'm not going to say what most people are saying, oh, we got worked. No, they deviated. That's what they needed to do. They did what they needed to do, and they made it a spectacle tonight. I don't feel bad for Cody. Cody's getting his main event now. Now it's for him to finish the story, and how they're going to play this out, who knows? I know they're going to play this as The Rock going to get into this match either in a triple threat, or they'll do night one Rock and Roman and Cody and Roman the next day, which is fine by me because Cody will get the belt. Cody will get the belt. It ends with Cody getting the belt, I believe. They don't have Cody punching his ticket right now. And literally do what he did tonight. If they don't have a clear creative direction now. I think they do. I think, they weren't expecting what the fans were going to do. I don't think, I don't think The Rock was, if you look back, I played it back after I was done game streaming tonight, and I played it back multiple times, the whole interaction at the end. Maybe it was a work with Seth, but Seth looked really distraught and pissed. The person I feel really bad for is Seth Rollins here. Seth Rollins has no running mate to run it back with him for the title. That's who I feel sorry for the most. You want to talk about a workhorse champion that's been tossed around like it's bitter trash, like a used condom, is fucking Seth. I really think Seth's going to get Gunther out of all this, or Braun Breaker, or I really think it's going to be or it's going to be Drew McIntyre, or it could be Drew McIntyre and it could be Sami Zayn. Who knows? I'm speculating. But at this moment, it's been officialed. It's Cody and Roman for the title. Triple H made that official. I think people will sit back and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is best for business. This is what everybody wanted. You got what you wanted tonight. You got Cody and Roman. That's what everybody wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what we're getting. Where's The Rock fit in? I think they're going to do a triple threat with The Rock. That's my personal standpoint on that. I think that's what they're going to do. I'm not angry over it. Do I think what The Rock's doing is stupid? Sure. I agree. It's stupid. But The Rock's playing a Vince McMahon kind of character. New age Vince McMahon character. Here it is. And you can hear The Rock. The Rock basically said on the Pat McAfee show, leading up to it, he don't give a fuck. He don't care. If money draws, he's going to be there. If people want it, he's going to be there. He didn't give a fuck. He called everybody a crybaby. That's him playing a character. That's The Rock playing a heel character. He's playing Hollywood Rock. A lot of people don't realize this. He's going back to his roots and playing Hollywood Rock. That's what he did tonight. He played off of it. He played into it. And then he smacked Cody Rhodes just to give you that pop. It was a perfect hook, line, and sinker because that's what they're going to do. They got us all. It's great. I love it. This is great storytelling right now so far. Great shit. WWE's killing it right now. They are making their when WWE wants to fix something and make things right, they're batting 1,000. Now they can go back to the drawing board and they can rewrite this. Gurman's, Triple H, Rock's team, they can go back and they can make this into either a triple threat or they can have Roman night one with The Rock. Now, who gets fucked out of that? Who gets fucked? Seth Rollins gets fucked ultimately. If you want to go there, Seth Rollins gets fucked over. Let's just go there. Seth Rollins gets really, truly fucked over if you want to go there. Like I said, you got channels going, this is great for business. Some people are questioning it. Some people are questioning why did WWE take so long to pull the trigger. I think they were originally going to go with Cody and Seth. And then I think they were going to, because of what happened with CM Punk, they were going to deviate. And they were going to go Rock Roman for the undisputed title and possibly have Rock win the title as the reports. I think that was dead on accurate from all these places. And they deviated because they didn't expect the backlash. They didn't expect the backlash. I think that's what it was. I think people bought tickets for Philly to see that match in particular. The whole reason I traveled to Houston, right? Back in the day for Rock and Stone Cold, I think it was 1 or 2, was because of it. I was at the Astrodome when they did it. I was there because of that match in particular. I love the storylines between Rock and Stone Cold. So I get why people in general want to see Roman and Cody. I get that. It gives me the same feel. I'm with you guys. I was with you guys from the start. I got people that are telling me I'm not JD from New York. I'm me. Okay? I'm Rev Sauce. There's only one of me. I go with my heart. I bleed with my heart when it comes to wrestling half the time. I'm a passionate person. And I told you guys, if it wasn't going to be Cody and Roman, they better offer me up a second plan B. And people were like, it ain't it, Chief. Fuck no. I don't want Roman and Rock. I want Roman and Cody. Rock can have anybody else they want in the world. And here we are. And by the way, if you guys take me so serious, like, you know the video I did on Monet, by the way, I want to clear the air with this one in my live stream tonight. The video I did about Monet, the announcement, I wrote that down before when he made the announcement and they went to commercial break, I wrote down what I was going to say and why. Because a lot of you think I'm just an AEW apologist or a shill, right? So I played on it. I play a character sometimes when I do wrestling videos because the reason for that is, and the reason I'm being real now, I'm being legitimately me. But when I do these AEW videos sometimes, I do it out of spite of people. I do it for fun and the laugh. I'm not truly being serious when I say Tony Khan's my dad or Tony Khan buying me a yacht. I'm not serious. And I was being serious. AEW Dynamite, I enjoyed that show. Was it the best show in the world that some people were saying? Was it the best show of the year? No, absolutely not. I didn't think it was the best show in the world. I gave it a B+ because it was just great. I would have gave it an A+ if they did a little bit more and the announcement wasn't so subpar and it was very predictable. Their announcements are predictable. You're not being wowed. So when I gave them a B+, it should have been more like a B-. That's me being real. Not everybody has to like my opinion when it comes to AEW. AEW is the second-rate promotion outside of WWE for a reason. There's a reason why Tony Khan is kind of laughable at times. And sometimes you question what Tony Khan's doing as a bonehead. But when some of you turn around and tell me that I'm an AEW apologist and things like that, I find it absurd when I've shit on AEW before. I've told AEW, I've said this about AEW product. They don't book sometimes properly. It's a little hokey. And some of the promo work in AEW, they don't have an upcoming farm system. They don't have people in place, outside of some legends. They don't have like a performance center to where they could teach some of these wrestling talents. What they should do is bring back Elevation and Dark, or at least Dark, and turn it into their NXT and have somewhat of maybe a performance center of their own and kind of teach, maybe use the Nightmare Factory or maybe use something of the range to teach wrestlers. I've never said AEW is a perfect show. So I want to make that clear. That's my first and foremost thing I wanted to get off my chest. And if you guys think that whole Sasha Banks thing, honestly, you thought I was being serious, guys, I was being not serious. Like, I was joking around. Am I serious about her coming to AEW? Yes. Was I playing a character and mocking people? Yes, I did. It was a whole joke. But my attempt was saying, yeah, she's coming to AEW. Ha ha ha. All those people that sat back and said that she's going to WWE. All those people that called me a trap. It was all a joke. I was ribbing because I wanted a reaction. And I got the reaction that I wanted. That's the thing that a lot of you don't realize. Sometimes when I do wrestling videos, I try to get a reaction from you folks. I try to do things that are different than other channels just to get a pop. And I'm trying to grow my channel here. I'm trying to grow it. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to be intense. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be funny. Sometimes it'll come off great. Sometimes it won't. When I talked about Monet, that was all just in character. I was being a character. I thought I would explain it, and I'm not trying to clickbait you guys. And real quick, Josh, I'll get to your comments here in a minute. I'll get to you, Josh. Let me finish my thought real quick. I just want to say this to you guys. I'm not here to clickbait you. Some of you think I'm clickbaiting. Like when I do my outside, give my wrestling take things on the wrestling industry or what's in the news. I just wanted to shoot in a different spot and do something different. It was just, I think having a green screen and you standing or seeing this all the time, I think it gets old. Don't you guys want something different in a video where I'm talking wrestling, maybe as I'm working out, or maybe, maybe I'm out in the public and I have a live mic and I'm just talking, or maybe I'm out with a group of friends and, I want to do different. I want to be different. I want to be a different wrestling channel than that same flash in the pan shit where they have a high-end mic and they're talking all this shit. Like, I just want to be different. And that's why I give you guys different all the time. Not everybody has to like what I have to say. I never said I was perfect. Josh says that press conference was intense. Fuck yeah, it was intense. It was a UFC fight, Phil. What do you guys think in the chat? Guys are here. I got a lot of you guys. I've had up to 8, 7, 4 viewers. What do you guys all think tonight? You think Rock Roman? Cody Roman? Think a triple threat's happening? So far, they announced official that's Cody and Roman for the title. But I think we got a triple threat coming. I really think, or we're going to have Rock Roman night 1. Was that slap supposed to happen? I honestly couldn't tell you. Honestly. So, I couldn't tell you that, but my friend, I don't know if that slap was real or not, but I will tell you guys this straight up, right? When I was watching this with my mom, okay, so I live at home, right? So I was watching this with my mom, I caregive and do the things. You guys know this, right? And I've told you guys this in stream before. If you are on my game stream side, I went into depth about it and kind of gave you a little bit of my real life and why I live at home and why I'm so lucky to do what I do, right? So when I was watching it with my mom, she was laughing. She called the women's division of WWE. This is true. This is all true story. When we were watching, her reaction was, and I should have recorded this. It was so funny. She turned around and called Rhea Ripley. She called Rhea Ripley something, not derogatory or anything. She just said she doesn't look prestigious. It's not like, I get where she was coming from because my mom used to watch wrestling with me when I was a kid, back in the Attitude Era days, and I do agree to her to an extent that women's wrestling back then was better than what we're getting now. But I also told my mom that women's wrestling now is more athletic and more acrobats and more, there's more work that goes into it than it was in the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era look flashy and look sexy with fake boobies and sex sold, right? Sable, all that. It was different times. Yes, did the women be more prestigious back then? Yes, I agree. Even that Triple H at the end was intense too. The Rock turned bad now. Well, okay, so the way the Rock's playing it is they gotta have a board member kind of deal, right? So this is all kayfabe. If you want to go there, it's all kayfabe, right? So what they're doing is what I thought they were gonna do. They're gonna turn the Rock into an authority figure, kind of play the authority. But what they did was they turned it up to 1,000 with the UFC stuff. Did you not pick up a lot of the fight feel from UFC? They belted up like a UFC, like they do these press conferences. I thought they should have went a little bit more intense, where fucking Rock and Cody are sprawling against each other with Roman, and the title gets dropped and Paul Heyman hits the floor. I wanted to see more of that. But I get because it's TV PG, you can't go UFC style, so they gave you a little bit. They gave you a cookie and took part of it away from you. So it was very intense. I enjoy this kind of stuff. I'm a UFC fan, okay? I'm a PFL UFC guy. I could talk about Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell all day long. I could talk about Conor McGregor all day to you, because these are people that I love to pieces when I watch them, in a presser or whatever. This is kind of what UFC does, and they kind of brought it in tonight. They made everything into a spectacle, and that's what UFC does. Now, I don't know why they called it a kickoff press conference. It's not a kickoff. They're kicking off. No, this should have been a WrestleMania press conference instead of a kickoff. The kickoff's happening when they hit Philadelphia and they have a kickoff press conference, because they're going to have a kickoff 2 press conference. It made no sense to me. They were interviewing Triple H at the end. Yeah, that shit wasn't that, hey, got to give Triple H credit, The Rock credit, Roman credit, Seth credit, and Cody. They played their parts. It was great. Now it's a believable story. Now Cody is going to be able to finish his story. And at the end, you got The Rock and Triple H staring each other down. Then you have Roman coming back in the picture and going, hey, Hunter, fix this shit. Fix it, kill it, fix it. You know what I mean? It makes this, Roman don't want to fight Cody. Cody's the underdog. He's the Rocky Balboa right now, right? He's the underlook Rocky Balboa going into this, right? So they had to do something there to give him something. The person that's really, truly fucked out of all this, if you really want to go there, that's getting a second-rate, underlooked, is Seth Rollins. Nobody's talking about that. You really want to hear somebody that should be chanted right now? Is Seth Rollins. I feel so sorry for Seth Rollins. He's injured, and he's going to go into this losing the title probably by Gunther. And to me, I feel sorry for Seth. Seth has done everything, and they're going to throw this guy as a second rate. He's not even going to get a main event spot. Guarantee it. He's not getting night 1 main event, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be the middle relief character, the middle relief match. Sorry to tell you, folks. I'll tell you that now. It's going to be Rock and Roman, probably night 1, to appeal to the Rock Roman faithful. And then it's probably going to be night 2, Cody and Roman. Guarantee it. Now, you may be asking me, well, why are they pushing Seth back that far? Because they're just going to throw whoever they want at Seth. Seth is going to get squashed. You think Seth's going to have a 25-minute match? You think with that bad knee and possibly twisting it and even breaking it even worse? No. They're going to probably give him Gunther. Gunther's going to destroy him in a matter of minutes. It'll be a fuck finish there. And Gunther will be your new world champion. Unfortunately, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is what's happening. This is moving in parts. They're going back to the original story. Who's going to face Gunther for the Intercontinental belt? Braun Breaker. Guarantee it. Who gets fucked? Seth. We're gonna see going forward who Seth's gonna be facing, but they got a conundrum with that now. You got a conundrum there. I feel sorry for Seth. I think people should pay attention to Seth right now, because that title is looking like it's a nothing title. They showed that tonight. I felt so bad. I even told my mom I felt so bad. I stared at her and I was like, I feel so bad for... I'm great Cody's getting his flowers, right? That's what should have been from the get-go. But Rollins... What happens with Priest then? Well, I'll give you guys the scenario. This is me fantasy booking. This is coming from Rev Sauce, fantasy booking. So don't take me serious when I say this is not real. Take it with a grain of salt. So this is what happens with Priest. Priest will try to cash in and fail against Gunther. Watch. Priest will come in. He'll see Gunther down. After having a long match, he'll try to cash in. And Gunther will go to town and beat Priest. That's it. Game over. Priest will have a failed cash in. Or what they'll do at Elimination Chamber or on a Raw. What they could do is, like they did with Austin Theory, what they could do is have Priest cash in unexpectedly on Gunther and win the Intercontinental belt. takes the belt off of Gunther, right? It keeps Priest's contract, senior Money in the Bank, believable. And Damian Priest is your Intercontinental Champion. You can have Braun Breaker beat him in a month's time at WrestleMania. There you go. Win-win situation. Everybody goes home winning. And then you can have Gunther go against Seth, squish Seth, call it a day. Or you could do what I say, you know, what I think WWE may do is have a fuck finish. They could have Seth go over Gunther at Mania, and then you have Priest cash in. Priest wins title. Priest walks out. I highly doubt they're going to go with that. Do you think Cody will end Roman streak? Oh, yeah, definitely. Most definitely they will. They're not going to deviate now. I think either it's going to be a triple threat. They'll add The Rock into it because The Rock will weasel his way in. You'll see on SmackDown tomorrow that The Rock's going to try to weasel his way back in. Rock's not done. Now, some speculation is there's going to be a tag team match. The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth at Elimination Chamber. I highly doubt that. I think they're not going to go that way. I think the second Elimination Chamber match, the men's side will be for the World Heavyweight title, just like they're doing with Rhea Ripley. I think Roman Reigns is, and I would like to, I don't want to see Roman. What will happen to Roman if he loses? That's tough. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with the bread and butter. They protected Randy Orton, right? For long enough. I think the first feud coming out of Cody Rhodes' undisputed championship reign goes to literally, no joke. And this is me saying this. This is gonna go to Randy Orton. Randy Orton will be the first to go after Cody Rhodes. Roman and Rock, if they go the way they go. If they go the way they go. If they do triple threat, you have Cody pin Rock. I think that would be an amazing thing to see. You protect Roman Reigns. I'm still standing by the triple threat. A lot of people don't realize, people are like, oh, why would you have a triple threat? Because it protects Roman. Roman does not have to be pinned. You protect him because he's your guy, right? He's the guy. Cody becomes the people's champion. The Rock puts him over. He becomes the people's champion. What you could do potentially, if you want to make that undisputed championship look good, you could bring the Win Deagle champion out of retirement and make it into something new, which Cody's been talking about for a while, which WWE could possibly do and call him the people's champion, which would be perfect. Then what you do is you start the whole bloodline feud. So you can have over months. The bloodline is deception. You can have the Usos going at each other more and more. You can have the Rock and Roman set up for Bash at Berlin or one of the stadium shows that they do, Crown Jewel. They can have it done there. They could do it at SummerSlam. So the Rock and Roman, you can have a three-peat series by just what I'm saying. It protects Roman. Roman needs to be protected, right? That's what WWE is going to do. They're going to protect Roman. They have to. There's no other way. So what you do is you have Rock eat the pin. Rocky eats pin. Rock will pencil himself in this match because of the politicking. He's going to play off the politicking. Nobody wants to hear this. This is typical WWE. This is what happened with Daniel Bryan. They're going to play the same kind of story similarly to the Daniel Bryan story. So they're going to play it where The Rock's going to politic his way in because he's a board member. He's going to do that. And you're going to watch over weeks. You're going to hear The Rock basically comes out and he's basically saying, well, I talked to the owner of TKO and Endeavor, and we came up to an agreement. Here's my contract, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. It's promising me a main event spot at WrestleMania 40. They kayfabe it. They greenlit it, right? You have Rock in a triple threat now. Then what they honestly do is The Rock can turn around and say how great he is, how he's the people's champ, how you guys said Rocky die Rocky. You gave my daughter death threats. all this fucking shit that they could do, honestly, right? Then from there, what they could do is from here on out. I'm fantasy booking, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take me serious, right? This is what I see in my beliefs. Then they get to the main event match of night 2. Cody and Roman are battling each other. They're having a heated back and forth. They're beating the shit out of each other. Rock comes in, does a couple people's elbow, look like he's going to win the match. Everybody starts booing, kind of. Then all of a sudden, Cody Rhodes crossroads twice to the Rock. 1, 2, 3. There's your champion. Everybody goes home happy. Roman looks in disbelief what's happening. The Rock is sitting back going, God damn, like John Cena did. I think it would be fun. Let's see, root into substance. Fuck Cody Rhodes. Fuck the story. Fuck his fans. Fuck the smart marks. That has gotten their way. Fuck. Okay. Man, that's a lot of fucks, my guy. Fuck. Well, I'm sorry to hear about fuck. That's all you got to say is fuck. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Holy shit. Well, I'm not, like, I wasn't on pro. Like, the reason I was supporting Cody the way I was is because I don't like to see people getting screwed. I think Seth is getting screwed. Oh, man. Tell me how you really feel tonight. I'm going to get more rooted in substance. I appreciate you. Nonetheless, I'm not mad at your comment, by the way. I find that shit to be funny. By the way, I wasn't on pro. I'm not in Cody's fan base, by the way. I just didn't want to see a wrestler getting fucked over. I really hate politics in wrestling. I really do. I saw that with Jeff Jarrett. I've seen that with Hogan. I've lived it. And I know what happens with that stuff. And good wrestlers get fucked and then they lose the rest of their career. That's all I'm saying. I think out of this, Seth Rollins gets fucked over. If you really want to go there, a guy that I've been saying for a while next to Cody that really gets fucked over is fucking Seth. Like, and he's a true, yeah, that's true. Like, Seth Rollins is the true champion, but they don't actually, I'm actually a Cody fan, but this is wrong. What's wrong about it? You know what's wrong about it? I'm fascinated to know what's wrong about it. In your opinion, I just wanted to know. I'm just curious. I'm not mad at you. I welcome a different opinion on things, man. I always do. I'm not one of those YouTubers that will sit there and go, "You get bench, geek," because you said fuck in my chat. I will say they had no other choice. WWE kind of booked themselves and kind of made the fans believe. You know, you can call it a work or a shoot or whatever when it comes to Cody, but they really made it into a Daniel Bryan situation. Unfortunately, WWE backed themselves in the corner. They had no other choice. Either please the fans or get shit on. It's Triple H doing politics, not The Rock. It's the opposite of that, buddy. It's the complete opposite of that. It's actually, if you read the news articles, it's not Triple H. People want to blame Triple H for things, but it's not Triple H. Triple H, pretty much, it's not his fault. Attacked after their match. Yeah, I saw that with the young fucks doing young fuck things as EVPs. I thought that was kind of cool, but I think it's a little bit too much for me when it comes to that. I like the Young Bucks, but they could have done it on another Dynamite. They could have done it any which way. I wish they would have just let Sting have his flowers and party with his sons for the night. But that's just me. Triple H is doing politics. No, not really. Honestly, if you go read the dirt sheets, not the dirt sheets, go read the information out there. The Rock politicked. See, the reason why fans are really upset, let's be real here. Rock is a big figure in the wrestling industry, okay? He has a lot of different properties. This man's a self-billionaire. It's not so much that people were mad. It's more of The Rock didn't earn it. And I think people are nowadays tired of in wrestling, people don't earn a spot. And they just politic their way into where they need to be. I don't even want to say politic. The Rock just threw his weight around. And even The Rock even said it. I'm a board member. I'll do what the fuck I want. My mom even said the same thing when she was watching it with me. She was like, The Rock can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's God. If he wants to shit in a ring, he'll shit in a ring. If he wants to have any match he wants, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah, The Rock's on the top of the board. He outranks Triple H anyway. Triple H is going to be an scapegoat. Trust me, I think Triple H is going to be forced out of the company because of the allegations, and I think The Rock's already setting up for his people to be as creative of the board, which I think is going to be a mistake for WWE. I think Mark Gurewitz, I think, look, I know that's Rock's guy, but I think, The Rock's already shot himself in the foot, unfortunately. It's still Triple H. No. So The Rock is booking the main event. Triple H has no say in the main event. That actually came out. That is legitimately literally the truth. That came out by Sean Ross Sapp. WWE sources have confirmed that. The Rock is booking this with Mark Gurewitz. That is actually real. Go look that up. I've reported on that. The Rock does have higher power. Rock is booking this match. Triple H has nothing to do with this match at all. Has nothing to do with it. Give Vince his phone. Lawyers give Vince his phone. Well, Triple H, if Triple H knew, hey, he should go. How many people outside of that knew about it, right? If Triple H didn't, he should stay in the place. His creative has been great. WWE has been way, way better under Triple H. And I feel bad that Triple H is now talking about lacing up his boots again. I don't want to see that man in a ring at all, period. And if that's true to be, I do not want to see Triple H getting shocked on the side of the ring to stay alive. I don't want to see a dead man in the ring because that will happen with Triple H. I don't know if that article was right or true, but I don't want to see Triple H in a ring and going against The Rock. I think that would be stupid. It would be a mistake. Now, I'm still with the consensus that Rock will get Roman and Rock night 1, and we get Cody and Roman night 2. I do not want to see Triple H in a ring. I do not want to see Triple H at all. At all. Well, that's your opinion. I think his creative's been very great. I think he's put over talent very well. Some of the matches we've had last year into this year have been really fantastic. If you want to see some creative bad booking, go look at Tony Khan in AEW. A lot of AEW's decisions have not been that great. I think they honestly, if you really want to go there, Tony Khan jumped to this ranking system and pretty much put Swerve and Adam Page in this ranking system, had them have a match, which people are very way confused about. I got it because of the ranking system. But again, Tony Khan booked himself in a predicament that fans were left scratching their heads. So booking on both sides have not been great. And TNA honestly has some good storylines going on. I was watching a little bit last night or tonight. Sorry, last night, tonight. Or last night. We're in the new day. Yes, it is. Done. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I like a lot of things. AEW started off good, then they lost their sauce. Lost in the sauce. Yes and no. I mean, I try to see the good in all wrestling promotions. You know what I mean? I really try to. A lot of people give me shit because I tend to give AEW more shit than I do WWE, and then I praise AEW for certain things. I really think right now in booking wise, I think TNA is doing very well. I like what they're doing with it. I really enjoy MLW at the moment. I do like what they're kind of trying to do. They're rebuilding, and I kind of like that. I've been watching NWA do it a certain extent. My favorite show during the week is TNA. I've really been enjoying that TNA stuff. But a lot of people don't watch TNA. I like Ring of Honor. I've been enjoying that. Dynamite is getting better. They got to do a lot more. I think, with the ranking system in place and things like that, I think they'll get better. WWE wise, I think this was the best they could have done. They can't please everybody. This is The Rock's move. I feel Triple H is going to be out the company here soon. I feel this way. It's not because of creative. I think it's because of allegations. TNA's Raw. Well, TNA has more than 20 people. TNA has factions and everything. I think you're looking into wrestling way too hard, man. I think you're trying to expect 5-star Dave Meltzer 7-star matches. And honestly, you're never going to get that in wrestling. There's always going to be botches. There's always going to be things. I even think NXT is pretty damn good. I think what they're doing with Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams is pretty nice. Braun Breaker getting brought up to the roster about time, yes. But I think him getting an Intercontinental Championship off of Gunther, I think is best for business. Or they can have Senior Money in the Bank cash in on Gunther, and I'd be fine with that too. Because Damian Priest, they don't value him as a true, can I say this in a good way? I just don't think they treat him as a main eventer like that. I think Jey Uso goes over that. I want Trick Williams to be so sad. Yeah, but they had so bad. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people I've, on my game streams have all said the same, but I think they pulled the trigger way too late on the whole Carmelo Hayes and that. Trick Williams will be champ once Melo gets it. I think it'll be a triple threat. I think for that title eventually, and I think Trick Williams will go over in that match though against Dragunov and Carmelo. Carmelo should be on the main roster. I'm sorry, but Carmelo should be in that United States title picture. I don't know why they brought him back to NXT. I think Roxanne Perez should be on the main roster at this point. Rhea Ripley doesn't have very much on the main roster to fight against right now. I think it's, I think day by day, night by night, I think they need to bring some people up. I thought it was a mistake. They brought Tiffany Stratton over to SmackDown when they need talent on Raw. They don't have very much there on Raw outside of green talent. Talent they brought up way too soon from NXT. For instance, Indy Hartwell, where the fuck is she? Outside of being with Candice LeRae in a tag team division that's kind of garbage, where the fuck is she? Indy Hartwell was a champion of NXT. Do you think the next champion will elevate, go to the main roster? Yeah. I think Trick Williams ascended to the main roster. I see what you're saying. I do. I really think, I really think Damian Priest should cash in more on Gunther than a Seth. I think Gunther should take that title. Gunther, like people make fun of Gunther because Gunther pays homage to the 80s wrestling. Gunther would be the perfect man to win that belt. I meant NXT champion. Yeah, Trick Williams, all the way. Trick Williams or nothing at all. Trick Williams is way over. WWE is way hyped up for him. Top executives are happy with him. They even said that he is so conditioned so well that they think he could be on the main roster winning championships. So I agree with that. I think Carmelo, I think they can run it back in the main roster as far as I'm concerned. They can have feuds, Trick Williams and Carmelo over and over again. I'd be happy with that. They could turn that into a Rock Stone Cold kind of deal. Carmelo's big shit. He got knighted by John Cena. If you really want to go there, if John Cena's been teasing this whole NWO thing. If they pull it off, I could have Trick Williams there. What's your opinion on Cody? Do you think Rock is right? Rock's gonna pencil himself in as either the triple threat or they're gonna do a Good Vibes. I'm gonna answer this question for you. No matter how I answer this, by the way, take this with a grain of salt. I think it's going to be Rock Roman at night 1, and night 2 will be Cody and Roman. Or, I've been proposing this, as I've said all along, I'll get to your comment here, rotted in substance here. Hold on, let me finish good vibes. So honestly, what I was saying earlier, and I've been asked this question all night. So far, Rock, Roman, and Cody, triple threat, night 2. I really think they're going to go that way. You have Rock eat the pin. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that at Elimination Chamber. Too many people, let me be real to all of you. If they do a tag team match like that, people are going to hate it. So you got to give what the people want, and that's unfortunate. Those matches won't be bad. Cody gets what he wants. Everybody wants Cody to be champ. And it makes sense. It really does. You can have The Rock take the pin, night 2 of WrestleMania. You can have him take the pin. Roman gets protected. Roman does not eat a loss. That's going to be the truth. That's the way they're going. Or they have back-to-back nights with Roman, Rock, and then Cody, Roman. It's only going to end in 2 ways. Or they just go with the game plan they're doing now. They've hesitated way too many times. Now, I think a tag team match, could be set up for Elimination Chamber. I'm with good vibes with that. They could do that to sell Perv Australia. I think they could put that as a last-minute match. I think that would sell more tickets. From what I've been reading, Per Australia is adding extra seats for this event. Obviously, we want Rock and Roman versus Cody because Cody deserves it. And he puts the hard work in all the time, or Roman versus Cody. Yeah, I agree with that. I see that. Why does it make sense? Because Dusty lost 30 years ago. No, it's not about Dusty. The whole reason I want Cody to win, I don't want to see Roman hold that belt for another 9 months. I'm sorry. You want to see some trash booking? That's trash booking. I saw that with Brock Lesnar. I've seen it time to time again. I just want both shows to be flourishing with active champions. Honestly, I think, that Universal title, undisputed Universal title, should be used more than it is. I didn't like when Brock was holding it like it was when it was the Universal title. I didn't like the fact that it wasn't being defended every once in a while. I didn't like waiting for it to happen. They made that title into a spectacle, and they didn't do anything with it. And I was really disappointed about that, to be honest. To be real frank, I didn't really enjoy that. I don't like when titles are being defended every 6 months. I think that's absurd. Especially wrestling wise. When you could build stories, you could bring up different talent, you could build on talent. The point that Cody said about that, he was right. Roman doesn't care about Jay now because he wants, yeah. Did you notice The Rock and Roman? Did you notice Roman looked at The Rock like when they started talking about they're the bloodline and all this shit? Did you see Roman look at him like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, did you see Roman like look at him like, are we really doing this? Like, I even turned around to somebody in my house that doesn't even know the storyline between them, that don't really watch wrestling. They just turned around and went, oh, that's what they're doing. So you have this man and then tag team. It was like, they kind of deviated a little bit tonight, but fact remains, Cody's getting what he wants. Our WWE's giving you guys, us the fans, what we want. And that's all that mattered to me. I just wanted to do the right thing. I just don't like, and we're not talking about Seth Rollins. I feel so sorry for the guy. Like, you want to talk about somebody that got fucked over, is that man. All the time. So this is how they book almost all the titles now. Well, you have 2 shows now, right? You got to book. You have to book all your titles on the show. You have to. I think Seth Rollins' opponent will be Drew McIntyre. I could see that. Drew McIntyre would be good too. Gunther would be another good one. I can also see Damian Priest cashing in and winning the belt too. I could see Damian Priest cashing in on the Intercontinental Champion Gunther and winning that, and Gunther going over, transitioning over. I can honestly see Jey Uso beating Gunther at Elimination Chamber and then brother versus brother for the title. I can see that too. Like, there's so many good things. WWE's mid-card right now looks really sweet as far as the Intercontinental title goes, because there could be many different opportunities there as far as I see it. You know what I mean? Guys, all wrestling promotions out there in New Japan, AEW, when they have big events like All In, right? All In is going to be a spectacle. They're going to have the International Crown Champion going at it. They're going to have the All Atlantic Champion. They're going to have the Trios Champion. They're probably going to have a Ring of Honor Champion being defended there. So, yeah, these shows are 6 hours for a reason. And yes, I don't like 6 hour pay-per-views, but that's just me. I think I get exhausted after a while. You don't have to agree with everything I'm saying tonight either. But I honestly think, Drew McIntyre, either gets the spot or he doesn't. And Drew McIntyre goes on free agent market because after WrestleMania, he's a free agent. But before Royal Rumble, I'm hoping that CM Punk will be a good opponent for Roman Reigns. It will be a good match at Mania. Well, CM Punk was destined for Seth, but I really wanted to see Roman and CM Punk. I thought that would have been cool too. But I knew Cody was going to get that. Drew needs to finish the story too, but y'all don't care about that. I care about that, but you're not understanding how wrestling politics work. Drew McIntyre's contract up. Do you give a title to somebody that's already talking about leaving your company? Let's get real here. You give Drew McIntyre a championship on a contract year? No. No company would. Because Drew's already stated that he may not be signing back with WWE. He may be looking at other options. He's already said that. Sheamus is saying the same thing. Sheamus is going to come off injury. Do they tack on time? We're going to find out after Mania what Drew does. If they do book Drew and Seth, I'm going to say this honestly. I'll just say this for real. They give it to Drew, and then Drew gets beat. I didn't want CM Punk to get hurt. I didn't want to see CM Punk get hurt. I think it's travesty for wrestling fans. I think, wrestling thrives with him in wrestling, but I think, his body just, I think, honestly, at the end of the day, when it comes to CM Punk, he did what he did in AEW. I don't fault him. I lost respect. But at the end of the day, he's been doing great things for WWE, and unfortunately, he got hurt. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that from me. I want to keep positive because Drew, wrestling fans don't understand politics. That's why, I overanalyze. I'm a smart mark for a reason. I overanalyze everything. I watch so many wrestling channels, and Drew's contract's up right after Mania. Do they give him the belt and then have him lose to Priest? I don't want to see that. Well, Dean Ambrose literally, I read that article. I don't take that shit serious. Dean Ambrose is literally with AEW for the next 5. John Moxley, next 5. He's already talking about bringing in there's an article that I was reading the other day. Sammy Callahan. Talking about running it back with one of his friends. They were talking, people took that as, oh, he's coming back to WWE. No, he's not coming back as the Shield, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think Dean Ambrose is coming back to WWE anytime soon. I think Dean Ambrose is wrapped into AEW. I think he'll sign another extension with AEW. He's the top guy. He's getting paid, literally, no joke, $8 million a year. You think he's going to go to WWE? Chris Jericho is getting paid $6 million. Monet's probably signed for, I'm assuming, and we were talking about this earlier in my game stream. I think Monet signed 12-year. I think she signed a 5-year deal to 6-year deal. I think she got John Moxley money or Chris Jericho money. And if she got Chris Jericho money, that tells me she's gonna be one of the highest paid women's wrestlers in history. And that's between merchandise and sells. And she deserves it. Do I think she's worth all that? Yes and no. She was treated as a Scottie Pippen kind of guy, kind of character. Like a second-rate character. Kind of like what Rollins is being treated now. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that from me. Rollins is being treated like a second-rate wrestler right now. It's unfortunate. He's getting pushed to the side. Drew's getting pushed to the side. Priest is getting pushed to the side. Unfortunately. But we still have time, so I don't personally know what's going to happen with this, what the world. I'm more fascinated now with the World Heavyweight title to see what they're going to do with it. I want to see how they put everything together. You know, I'm fascinated now more for the World Heavyweight title than I am the Undisputed right now. The Undisputed, we already got a locked on. That's locked. That's confirmed. It's going to end 3 different ways on that one. We already know. Rock, Roman, or Cody, triple threat. Or it'll be Roman, Cody, night 1, or Roman, Cody, night 2, Rock, Roman. That's how they're going to go with it. And then they'll probably do a tag team match just to kind of build this feud up to give Rock something. Because Rock's coming in. What storyline does he have? There's no build to that. Except Rock being the evil villain of the board. There's got to be a storyline to that. Somewhere. They got to build the Rock up here. No. If they go the way I'm thinking they're gonna go, they're deviating. So WWE's deviating. Their original plan was to have Cody. Well, Rollins, okay, I'll answer the one and I'll answer the first one. I'll answer Good Vibes first. To answer your question, no. What I think they will do is if the reports were correct, originally it was supposed to be Cody and Roman. It was supposed to be Cody and Seth. And Seth was going to lose. Cody was going to hold the belt until SummerSlam. And then they were going to have where he finishes the story then. And then they have him beat Roman. And the next night they give him a new Undisputed Championship belt. And they unite both titles. But that would be stupid of WWE to do, in my opinion. That would be so stupid. That's why they deviated from those plans. Because the World Heavyweight title has not been around long enough. That's a new Inception title. It's only been held by one person. Seth Rollins. You can't, it's not prestigious enough for it. You just go backwards. That would make no sense. But I think they're going to bring you a new Undisputed title. I'm in the belief of that. They'll eventually will. They'll give you a Wind Eagle championship, as Cody Rhodes said. I think they're going to go that way to make it more prestigious for Cody because he deserves it. Let's see. Well, WWE, that's their booking for you. I don't script what WWE does, but that was their plans because The Rock politicked his way in. You got to understand, all this got fucked up. Originally, it was supposed to be CM Punk and Seth. Originally, it was supposed to be CM Punk and Seth. And it was supposed to be Cody Roman. They had that set. CM Punk got hurt, unfortunately. So they deviated. The plans were The Rock wanted to save WrestleMania. Here was his idea. This was originally supposed to be Seth and Cody, Rock Roman. And they deviated. And the fans kind of pushed WWE to do the right thing. And it was a win-win situation. What more can you ask? The fans got what they wanted. Everybody got what they wanted at the end of the day. Was it the best? Is it the bestest? Not everybody's going to agree with that. Some people still believe Rock and Roman should have gone on. There's people that I was talking to today that was like not happy that The Rock's not in the main event. He's being forced out. But that's storyline. He will be back in that main event. Trust me. The Rock's already said in he even said on the Pat McAfee show, come on, you guys can't tell me. You can't sit here and tell me that The Rock's not wanting to be in that main event now. He's had a taste. That's going to be a triple threat or it'll be a night one. Now, who gets fucked out of that is Seth. Seth gets fucked. That's it. Seth and that world heavyweight title is being pushed to the side. That title is now looked as a paperweight belt. However you want to slice and dice that. I still said it to the very beginning. Why they even bring that title if they weren't going? They did that as a compromise to the fans. WWE needs to stop catering to the crybabies. Nobody was crying. Nobody was crying, honestly. I think it's like, how can I say it in a good way? It would be like, can I say it? It'd be, I'm trying to reference it to something. It would be like McDonald's coming out with a cheeseburger that's $40. You think that's fair? Well, again, casual fan. Okay, let me read this. I don't know what you're on about. Never those fans. Casuals get nothing now. It wasn't that, like, a lot of people are kind of like I got in an argument with somebody telling me the other day about casuals, right? So people wanted to argue with me over this casual smart mark type audience, and it wasn't smart marks. 1.3 billion people protested. You had legends coming in and saying this was wrong. You had so many people coming out and saying it was wrong. It wasn't a casual fan or a pro wrestling crowd. These are wrestling fans speaking their mind. And I think it's good. I think WWE needed to change their minds, and I think people showed that. Was it right about a lot of this stuff? No, hell no. Fuck no. I didn't think it was right that you send death threats and this, that, and a third to Rock's family. I thought that was ridiculous. Keep it to the wrestling. Let's keep it to wrestling. You know what I mean? The Rock is playing on being a heel. That's what he's doing. He's turned himself into the evil, bored, bad guy. Everything he said on Pat McAfee's show, he's playing up to this character. He's working you guys. That's what he does. That's his job. That's what he's turned into. He's a Vince McMahon-esque character now. We've made him this evil villain. He's rolling with it. This is not about casual fans and smart. I hate that shit. I hate that every wrestling fan should be treated equally. There's no smart marks. I call myself a smart mark because I read everything. But the whole casual smart marks, all this shit is just whack to me. Like, honestly, it's whack. I think it's ridiculous. I think wrestling fans are wrestling fans. You know, sometimes I'll admit this. Sometimes I don't watch wrestling and I miss out on shit. So does that make me a casual fan? Because sometimes I get busy with life and I can't watch wrestling? I mean, I find that absurd. I think everybody's a fan, no matter what company you root for. I hate tribalism and I hate being called sometimes a mark, but I call myself a mark because I'm just joking around with the community because so many people take it so fucking serious. Wrestling is not fucking serious, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, I said this in my video prior. I would stop covering wrestling in a heartbeat and do other things. I do this for you guys because I love wrestling, but I can go off and do other things. I stopped watching wrestling a long time ago, for a while there, and the only reason I came back to it is because I liked what CM Punk was doing back then with the pipe bomb and all that, and I just fell in love with that, and then I fell in love with Impact when they were doing the whole Dixie Carter shit. I thought EC3 was the most over thing I've ever seen in my world, next to the Hardy Boys doing Broken Matt Hardy. I thought that shit was fucking epic. And Decay doing good shit. But that was then, this is now. And I don't believe in that whole casual fan and fucking geeks on the internet. Like, people have their opinion. Good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, there could be comments that are stupid, but I don't go on Twitter like that. A lot of my audience goes on Twitter to go view what people think. Rock shows up, triple threat match. If he wins, he can't defend the title at all times because he's not a regular superstar in WWE. So difficult defending it like The Rock and Cody. If The Rock wins the belt, fans are going to shit all over that. You're gonna have so much riot happen. If it doesn't go to Cody, honestly, you know what they could do? They could have Roman win the whole damn motherfucker. I'm of the belief maybe we're getting fucking swerved because the first time Daniel Bryan went for it, he got fucked. Maybe they have Cody get fucked again. I highly doubt it. I really highly doubt it at this point. If they have Cody get fucked, that would be stupid. So, after people, 5 years, it's not been 5 years, it's been 1 year. It's supposed to happen at WrestleMania 39. It's 1 year, not 5. You're embellishing a little bit. And in fact, if you really want to go there, it's actually 3, but Rock called it off. The Rock called it off many times because of money. Do you not let me get you this understanding. The Rock's been sitting in wait to be a board member. You not see how the story is playing out with that? Rock was opportunistic. Rock's a businessman, ladies and gentlemen. He tried doing the same thing with DC and DC industry with Warner Discovery. He got fucked out the building. Got told to fuck off. He snubbed at WWE many times about Rock and Roman. We could have done this 2 years ago. He refused. So this is more on Rock. Rock's holding himself. I'm not saying I don't despise The Rock. So F the people that have been waiting for Rock and Roman. No. Rock and Roman should have happened many times. It was The Rock that said no. I know it did. Well, actually, no. The bloodline really didn't. It was believed that in the head of the table. It wasn't the bloodline. Bloodline started as the audience came back. Actually, correction. It was right after COVID and everything got lifted. That's when they started doing it. In fact, the first match where Roman beat Drew McIntyre, that's where it all started. The first big pay-per-view they did as a spectacle. And honestly, too, let me be honest here. It's not been 5 years. The Rock snuffed 2 years in a row, snubbed WWE. Said the money wasn't right. The Rock's been holding this up for a long time. In fact, last year they offered The Rock a shit ton of money. But guess what The Rock was doing? Sitting in wake. Roman and the Bloodline weren't even a thing. Solo Sikoa was in NXT. There was no Bloodline. It was actually Roman Reigns, head of the table. There was no Bloodline. Bloodline started during the shows they did in Ireland or wherever Drew McIntyre's home is. At the castle or something like that. That's when they started it. That was right as they came out of, it was WrestleMania at the stadium when they did it. Roman, he will do anything to beat Cody. Well, that's why I'm telling you. They're going to protect Roman. So they're going to turn it into a triple threat. That's the only way I could see it. They want to keep Roman looking good. They can protect Roman. They can still have the feud with Rock and Roman. They could do it for many months if they like. Rock can go away, come back, and they can still have it at SummerSlam if they like. Again, many different ways. Honestly, many different ways. Tonight, like I said, they played their cards the correct way. I thought WWE did the right thing. They needed to. And Triple H gets added into this because there's been stories out on the internet that if Rock has it his way, his B team will come in and take over. Which I think that's a possibility. The Rock's a winner out of all this. You guys know this, right? The Rock's going to make tons of money. Why does he doesn't need this match for himself. Let's get real here. The Rock's going to make money no matter what he does at WrestleMania and why. He's making a shit ton of money. He's getting $30 million in stock. He was guaranteed. That's why he's going to be in the main event. He was guaranteed bonus money if he was in the main event of WrestleMania. Guys, read the articles on that one. That's already been stated. That's a fact coming from WWE sources. That was reported by Sean Ross Sapp, PWI, and also the Wrestling Observer. The Rock played it smart, man. Rock was sitting in wake, man. Like, look at the timelines. The Rock was smart. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that from me. Like, people are expecting me to go Rock Roman. I'm like, I'm not going to lean that way to you guys because that would be wrong. I never wanted Rock and Roman. I don't want to see old man Rock at 52 years old looking hunchback and out of breath. I'm sorry, but the days of Rock being that people's champion, I think it's over. The Rock should just pass the baton. That's what I respect John Cena for the most. But everybody thought Rock will do something about Roman if he changes the entire situation at WrestleMania Kickoff. Everyone is shocked at why Cody is talking to The Rock about it. They deviated. That's wrestling for you. Not everything is planned to what everybody's looking for. Look at WrestleMania. Look at not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. Take a look at Royal Rumble. Go back and watch that on Peacock. Look at CM Punk when he calls an audible. He was hurt. Things happen all the time. Unfortunately, in the wrestling biz, this is what happens. It happens every day. Take a look at what happened with AEW and the All Out Brawl. Plans that were in the works with FTR and they had to deviate. A lot of times we don't get what we want as wrestling fans. Unfortunately, look at Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan hurt TNA so badly and sunk that product so bad that they'll never recover. They're trying to recover now, but Hulk Hogan ruined that company with Eric Bischoff. That's a fact. That company has never recovered since. People still put out their mouth Dixie Carter. Dixie Carter was just ends to a means. Cody will be in a 1-2 situation. It'll be difficult for him to win the title. Not really. Like I said, Roman can go and fall to the side of the ring. Rock can do what Rock does. People's elbow, rock bottom. I could see him doing that, and then Cody turning around 2 Cody Rhodes. 2 Crossroads, 1, 2, 3, win. I could see that happening right to The Rock. The Rock is a piece. Rock's a moving piece right now. What people are not understanding. Rock's a moving piece. You could pencil Rock in many different situations. So, at the end of the day, The Rock's just going to be a pawn in a lot of things. Unfortunately like that, I can't tell you what WWE's going to do. I'm really going for the triple threat, but they could do night 1 Rock and Roman. They could do night 2 Cody and Roman. Maybe they could do a tag team match where Rock does get to fight with Roman, and then maybe after the match, after they lose, maybe The Rock does a rock bottom to Roman. They set the feud up. They set the table because they have other 2 big pay-per-views coming up after that, big PLEs. Who knows? I'm fantasy booking at this point. I thought pretty much to this point they did the right thing tonight. They had to. The Rock did not expect the boos. And I thought they were going to stick to their... I was really thinking they were going to stick to their guns tonight. Because it's typical WWE for you. I really thought that WWE was going to stick to their guns and just keep you with Rock and Roman. And then Cody goes and shakes Seth Rollins' hand. And, it's what I really thought they were going to do because it felt that way at the very beginning. And even somebody in my house that's not even a wrestling fan turned around and went, yeah, that guy's getting fucked. They'll be rocking that other dude. So, at the end of the day, when, hey, wrestling is interesting when it comes to things, man. I'm sorry that my opinion is not for everyone. I mean, I don't know what people are expecting from me tonight. Were you expecting me to say Rock Roman and then Rock's going to win the title and Rock's going to run around with the title? Highly doubt it. Fans would hate that. And a lot of people are coming into my comment sections and stuff and saying, oh, it's just for the casual fans. No, 1.5 billion people don't shit on your product if it's not for a reason. People are not just booing at these live events. They're turning it down on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. You can't tell me that's not a reason. That's a cop-out to me, the whole casual fan versus smart mark fans. That's a complete cop-out to me. That's like saying one product's better than the other. You can't compare a second-rate promotion to the main one. I love when Tony Khan does that, but you can't compare the two. They're two vastly different companies doing vastly different things. AEW hasn't even got their foot in the water yet. And everybody's expecting them to be like WWE. WWE's had almost 70 years. Okay? Between Vince Sr., Vince McMahon, and this regime. That's 70 years of wrestling. You can't. It's like me comparing the NFL to the UFL. You can't even have that conversation. I don't know why a lot of you are like having those conversations in this whole debacle. That's WWE backing themselves into a corner. That's what the fuck happened tonight. They backed themselves. They shot the shot that they thought they were going to do. Fans hated it. And everybody just doesn't like this decision either. WWE can't please everybody. I got people that say that all this fucking shit fucking sucks. Don't watch the product. If you hate all of it, don't watch. Simple. Don't watch WrestleMania. Go watch your indie shows then. Go watch Matt Cardona do things then. Go over and watch GCW then. Or MLW and go be happy with that. Or TNA. If you don't like what WWE, there's other promotions out there that will appeal to you. If you don't like what AEW is doing, go watch other shows. Don't watch wrestling then. Honestly. It's like the Super Bowl. Everybody's all pissed off about Taylor Swift. It's like, I don't care enough. I don't care enough. Let's get real. I don't care enough. Taylor Swift makes money. She drives money. So does The Rock. And unfortunately, WWE had to pivot. And that's just the way it goes. People are, I think everybody in this age, I think my generation of wrestling fans to the new generation, I think the new generation wants consolation prizes for everything, trophies for everything. And when they don't get those trophies for everything, it's WWE did everything wrong. Fuck that company. Fuck AEW because they did this. It's like the Triple H can't please everybody. Rock can't please everybody. And Emmanuel can't please everybody. And Nick Khan can't. And I think it's like, I honestly have been saying this for a minute, like wrestling fans, you want one thing. When you get that one thing, you're pissed off about that one thing. Then when you go over here, you get the very thing you want. It's not good enough for you. Like, I don't understand. Would you rather have had Rock just come in the ring and take a shit? And watch the shit fucking melt in the ring? I don't know what you guys were looking for. I told you for weeks how this was going to be. I've been right the whole entire time. I've told you guys this before. I've been the channel that's been sticking with Cody. I'm not a big fan of Cody, but I didn't like what happened to him. And I still don't like what's going on with Seth Rollins. I think that's absurd. But again, that's wrestling for you. Drew McIntyre has already stated that he may not even stick with WWE after the fact of WrestleMania. Sheamus is talking about leaving. You have gonna have a good free agency coming soon in the summer. Where's Rollins gonna do? You got two sides of that totem pole too. Rollins' contract goes up in August with his wife Becky Lynch. I can tell you if he's not being booked properly, he's gonna leave. These people have said it. They're not being booked right. They'll go somewhere else and get paid double the money. You don't think he's not going to go entertain an offer from AEW for millions and millions of dollars? If you're offering Monet almost $12 million a year, I think or John Moxley, for shit's sakes, money, you don't think he's not going to go look at that? You don't think Drew's going to go look at that? Come on now. This is not about what company's better than the other. It's about money and how much money you can make. You don't think why The Rock's not doing all this? Why he wasn't all I've said this throughout my 5 videos. And it's kind of getting old. I said this before. The Rock politicked his way to the top. He waited for Vince McMahon and all the allegations to happen. He slithered himself in like a snake. Like a snake. Into it. Fans are not realizing that Rock's a businessman. Rock lost $60 million in the XFL adventure. He's picking up 30. He just got his losses back. Come on now. The Rock cares about one thing himself. It shows in his character. He's playing off of this now. We've made it that way as wrestling fans. He's a villain. There's gonna be a triple threat and possibly a tag team match. Who gets fucked out of that? Seth fucking Rollins. Who you should feel bad right now. Cody got what he wanted. Cody got his flowers. That's just game over. Seth gets fucked. However you slice it and dice it. Anyway, today's been a wild day for wrestling stuff. If there's anything in the wrestling news, I will take a look right now. I don't think there's very much PWI. I just don't think there is right now. I'm looking at the news right now, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, coming out of, I'm not really, I'm not really seeing much. And I know a lot of you guys that are coming out, I've had 14 people at the max tonight in my stream, but you guys got to understand something. You guys got to really understand this. I'm not trying to crush people's dreams. I'm being realistic to you. I have to be real. And I'm going to lose people in this, but I've been watching wrestling for so much of my life. And a lot of you just quote bad information. It's only been 2 years. The Rock and Roman has been only discussed for 2 years. Not 4, not 5, not 7, not 8. And out of the 2 years, Rock turned down big money, buku money. Why? Because what happened 2 years ago? Allegations came out about Vince McMahon then. And we played it off. Then they came back again. And Vince McMahon is now probably going to look like a Harvey Weinstein. Because there's now 4 other women coming out. So for you folks to not understand how business works, The Rock was an opportunistic person. He's a businessman. Businessman first. Wrestling's now second. Somebody you should look at in wrestling right now that's just doing his thing is John Cena. John Cena's not trying to be a businessman. John Cena's just trying to do his thing. That's a guy you want on the top of your Mount Rushmore before The Rock. And I know people are going to tell me, oh, John Cena, how dare you? Yeah, I'm going to put John Cena there. He's before The Rock. The shit that The Rock's pulling right now, he went down a couple pegs in my eyes. But I totally get why he did it. It's business. It has been business. And I know a lot of you don't want to hear me going into analytics and business and this, that, and the third. But I have to. You know this. I'm a wrestling channel. I analyze things. Like my Lakers right now. They should just fire Darvin Ham. He can't even get the players fucking pumped to even be in the fucking arenas. Fucking AD is scoring 40 points, almost close to 40 points a game, and they can't fucking have that man do shit. So there's that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I don't want any more. I've talked this whole point to death at this point. I've talked about wrestling the last 3 days. I'm kind of burnt out on talking wrestling, honestly. I know there's going to be more news coming out of this press conference. Honestly, this press conference did what it needed to do. WWE did the right thing. I'm just exhausted talking about wrestling and The Rock and Roman and Cody. I know tomorrow I'm going to be talking about Rock, Roman, and Cody some more because I'm going to be doing a SmackDown review and doing a watch along probably with the PWO. But, at the end of the day, like I said, let me see anything in the wrestling news before I take off here. Is there anything in the wrestling news that I need to know? Pretty much more about Scott D'Amore, but anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for stopping in. My dogs are going crazy before I take off here. So I'll see you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm not going to give it a review score. I'm just going to talk about it. Anyway, I'll see you.